I do not deserve absolution. Yet still I seek it.
You must find his name.
What is going on, guys? McRaptor here. We are about to watch some of the very first gameplay footage from Mortal Shell, the very exciting and upcoming action RPG from Cold Symmetry. This is their very first title as a new studio that just formed 3 years ago. They developed this Dark Souls-like game in secret, and we are about to check out what this game is all about and get a little bit of a preview with what's available. If you're excited to play this game like I am, you don't have to wait that much longer. The beta build is actually going to be out on July 3rd. It does appear at this time to be a closed beta, but they might have an open beta available at a later time. It also appears to only be on PC, I think through Steam. There will be some beta keys available through the publisher and their Discord channel. However, we're also going to be giving away some beta keys for an exciting event that we're doing coming up at the end of the month. So if you're interested, don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter for updates on the beta giveaway and other news and information, and head on over to ggsouls.com to check out future tournament content that we're going to be hosting in Mortal Shell. Also, at the very end of this video, we're going to show the full brand new trailer for Mortal Shell, so you don't want to miss that. So what is Mortal Shell all about? It's pretty obvious from the gameplay that you can see here and from all the promotional videos and everything about the game and everything that the developer has said so far that it's very heavily Souls influenced. But this, to me, is not simply another Dark Souls clone. There are a lot of similarities, but what really sets this game apart from any other Souls-like game that I've seen is the whole concept of the Mortal Shell. So what is a Mortal Shell? It's a living being that essentially bonds with the player character, and so the player itself is very frail, apparently. There's not a lot known just yet, but you can separate from the Mortal Shell, which is the armor that you're seeing here. So this knight-looking character is not actually the underlying player. It's actually the Mortal Shell, which is some sort of living thing with its own storyline, and there's up to 4 of them in the game that you can unlock, and according to the developer, you can unlock them very, very quickly, which is really cool. So there's a lot of different paths and a lot of different ways that you can play this game. I don't know that the developer would say it's quite open world, but it is not a game on rails. Like, you are able to access virtually all of the game's areas from the very beginning, at least according to what the developer talked about today on June 10th. So I'm interpreting that as very Dark Souls 1-like, where there's no fast travel right away, but you're able to go to any different area that you want to from the very beginning of the game. You're reported to be able to go and unlock all 4 of the initial Mortal Shells, which affect very much how you play the game. This Mortal Shell here appears to be kind of tanky, a 2-handed knight class. This is maybe the standard character that a lot of players might go with. Maybe he's got more health and things like that. Again, they didn't show and divulge a lot today about all the different attributes and things that you can unlock, but there's a lot of items and different power-ups that you can clearly unlock here. You can see the inventory, different shells that you can go through. There's a lot packed into this game. It's still a small studio, so don't expect a huge game world. The developers today did sort of refer to the game world as somewhat compact, but they were also saying that it should take you about 20 hours to finish the game, which for an indie developer, for its first game in a genre that has very high expectations from the community, 20 hours sounds like really, really good value. And this is going to be on all platforms. We're talking Xbox, PS4, PC as well. The beta, of course, is only on PC right now. I don't know if a later beta build will be available on consoles, but it doesn't sound like that it will necessarily. Right here, you can see one of the game's bosses. This entire gameplay video appears to be from the beta build, from what I can tell. The first area that you go into in this video is called the Crypt of Martyrs, and the developer said that that's what you can play in the actual beta build. My early impressions from the game is I really like the art style. It's very dark and gritty and visceral. It feels like intense. The combat feels very fluid from what you can see here. The mortal shell that you use here appears to be some sort of knight class, so I'm assuming his attacks are just slower and that's the way it's set up, or maybe it's just the weapon that he's using. It's very difficult to tell from what little we have available to us right now, but I'm assuming that there's also some very fast combat type mortal shells that you can use once you unlock them in the main game. Regardless, though, this game is shaping up to be a very exciting addition to 2020. Again, this is going to come out, or it's scheduled to come out in Q3 2020 on all platforms, Xbox, PS4, and PC. And yes, you heard me right earlier, you don't have to download the Epic Games Store. You can get this thing on Steam where all your favorite games are, so that's also an exciting addition. Hope you guys liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also remember, we will be giving away that beta key, so hit that subscribe button. We will have information on the beta key giveaway once we have more information. On Twitter, at McRaptor TV. If you've been following our channel for a while, you know that we love doing Dark Souls tournaments, and in addition to doing more of those in the future, we're definitely going to be doing some Mortal Shell tournaments. So if you want to check out those tournaments and when they are scheduled, head on over to ggsouls.com. We will see you on the next one.
I do not deserve absolution, yet still I seek it.
You must find his name.